What's up, y'all? Hey, good morning. So, y'all, I want to get my little 2 cents on this CPS mess. With the mom dropping her child off at CPS, and with people saying people don't have villages no more, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Well, I am on the fence with both. I agree, but I disagree. I agree, but I disagree. I agree with the fact that if you feel so stressed, so overwhelmed. Like you feel like you need to get rid of these kids. I mean, like it's in your head saying like I need to do something to these kids. They need to go on, get out my way, or I'm gonna do something to them. Yes, I agree with dropping your kids. Go ahead and drop your kids off at the fire station. Or, I don't think you do the fire thing, but CPS, and give them up. Or if you can't do that, try to find a family member, somebody to take over the kids. But I disagree when it comes to actually giving your kids to CPS because do you think CPS gonna be even better for your kids? No, it's not. The CPS barely have placements to put these kids, so you never know. They could put your kid with a serial killer, a molester, any crazy body that's worse than what you're thinking, worse than what you're thinking about your own child, about that you cannot take care of, you stress and all that. You know, tell them where your children to go. And then one thing I don't like, I hate that. Okay, you got 5, 6 kids later, and you talking about you so overstressed, you're tired, this and that. You knew you couldn't really handle this job when you had that second child. Maybe one child you could pass, you don't know. But you got that second child and the third child, you knew that you could not handle being a mother. And I get it, everybody's mind is not the same as everybody else. But why wait until your child is like 10, 11 that can understand what's going on, that the mother is abandoning them, that the mother don't want them, and feel like the mother don't love them anymore to give up the children to CPS. That's what I do not agree with. I don't agree with. But I rather for somebody to give their children up to CPS, they feel like they're gonna harm the children. But who says the children still won't get harmed in CPS? Because CPS is not a good place to be. I don't know, never been, but it's what I hear. And this is what I think in my head because these are not these people children. They just working for the state. They just trying to help people, but they don't really care about these kids. They don't really care. So my thing is, if you know after your second child that you cannot handle kids, it's getting on your nerves, you're too overwhelmed, close your legs, go get on birth control, stop having these kids. I am getting so sick and tired of, listen, y'all might not agree with me. Y'all might not agree. Y'all might think, oh, she could know that's hard, that's wrong. Let me tell y'all something. I'm not a single mom. No, I'm not a single mom. But if I was a single mom, and I was a single mom with my 2 year old for a couple years, my mind don't work like that. In the day, I was raised to know by a single mom. Well, she had my stepdad, but after my stepdad passed when I was 14, I never heard my mama saying that her kids is aggravating, that she's just too overwhelmed, she can't handle it. And she used to have a bunch of her grandkids too. My mom always told me, if you lay down and you have these kids, you need to take care of your kids. Ain't no need to be complaining about anything. Because in the day you laid down, open your legs, and you had these kids. So at the end of the day, you know what you have to do. It's like, I understand being stressed. You could be stressed out. Like I get stressed sometimes, but rarely get stressed. Like, I don't know, my brain don't operate like that. I don't that simple things like as taking care of my kids, gotta take my kids to school, gotta feed my kids, gotta bathe my kids, gotta clothe my kids stress me out. Because for what? Because at the end of the day, you know you have kids. It's what you have to do, right? So why would you let something like that stress you out? You know you got to get up and take your kids to school. You know you got to buy them clothes. You know you got to feed them. I don't get that concept right there. I don't. Because at the end of the day, I don't complain. I don't be stressed about it. I work 12-hour shifts. I get off, come home, go to sleep for about an hour or two, get up, take my kids to school. I'm waiting on the child right now to come out to take her to school. You know what I'm saying? Take my kids to school, come back home, watch a 1 year old, relax a little bit, and get ready for work the next day. And then if I got time, I squeeze in and do my school work. But I'm not complaining about that. I just don't understand that, because at the end of the day, 2, 3, 4, 5, I got 6 kids. After I had my second one, I knew what time it was. It still didn't stress me out. But I know everybody don't operate like that. But I don't get it. I really don't get it, because I see a lot of moms on here complaining about their kids, complaining about doing their mommy jobs for their kids. And I would never. My kids are a blessing. They is a blessing, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do for my kids and for us. And I'm gonna say thank you, Jesus. All the years, 16 years of having kids, God had truly blessed, because you know what? Once you put your mind to it, and once you do what you gotta do, God will make a way. God will make a way. You know what I'm saying? 16 years with my kids, never been homeless, always kept a job, always kept a place to stay, never been evicted, always had a car. You know, my car might break down here and there, but God always helped me get it back on the road. Like, some of the ones that be complaining about their kids, it's not trying to do nothing better for themselves. It's not trying to do nothing better for themselves. And that mom that just gave up her kids to CPS, but I watched a little bit of her interview last night. She said they're not in CPS custody, so it must be in some type of family custody. My thing is with her, just listen to her talk. I just feel like she just don't want to have no more kids. She's still young, because she ain't about 27 years old. Just listen to her talking in that interview. She just don't want to be bothered with her kids. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? I understand she had hard times or whatever. We all have hard times. But a girl had a job, she had her own place, she had a car and all that. So you mean to tell me you couldn't ask nobody in your family to get them for you? But now they not in CPS custody. They actually in somebody else's custody that you know. But you couldn't get that same person to help you out before you went viral and put on that saying you trying to turn your kids into CPS. Her oldest is 11 years old. Imagine how that oldest feel. Like the mother just abandoned, don't want them no more. She really done traumatized those kids. She got a 3-year-old. So you finna give your baby up to CPS. Let your baby go around these people that they don't even know. 3 years old. Like, I agree with her, but I disagree with her. I don't like that. But I agree with her trying to give them away before she hurt them, or she feel like she gonna hurt them. Yeah. But just to give your kids up when they acknowledge or know what's going on. If you ain't want no child after that second child, you should have known. You should have known that this is too much for you. You cannot deal with it. She should have known after that second child